Hey there, everybody. Matt Carter here.
And Jessica Carter from CARTERMATT.com.
Welcome to the three-ring circus that is The Bachelor Episode 3. Our reaction is going to be about Alaya, and more Alaya.
Yeah, someone that I didn't even really know until tonight, and now I know a lot about her.
Yeah, I love that we have zero Alaya really of anything consequential in the first two episodes, and now all of a sudden everyone is like, I don't like Alaya, she's fake. It's, oh, okay, alright, well, let's see what we got here.
Yeah, it felt like it kind of came out of nowhere, but I'm here for it. This was quite a dramatic last half of the episode. It was good. It was ridiculous. It was, oh my god.
I loved every single second of it. But before we get into it, if you do like this video, give us a like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any other updates. We have a preview coming up for episode 4, and I may actually have even more fun with that than I'm going to have with episode 3. But, okay, Alaya, I'll just give you my preliminary thoughts on this, because there are many. Number 1, Alaya, at the end of the episode, being just sort of like, I can't believe how Victoria said these things about me, and how she showed that I was this way when I'm trying to be nothing than real. And it's like, Victoria told the truth. That is what Victoria did. You cannot say that people are calling you a liar or anything else when you intentionally withheld information from Peter and apparently producers about a prior relationship, which, by the way, they had twins on The Bachelor. They had Hannah B and Kaylin last season who knew each other. If you tell the producers, we know each other, you know what they're doing? Great, you're both on instantly. Give us a storyline.
Yeah, exactly. I thought that was one of the most ridiculous confessionals I'd ever seen, for her to be like, if he had just gotten to know the real me. Well, he did get to know the real you. You lied to him, and you lied to everybody, and you asked someone else to lie for you, and then you got caught in that, and then you were like, well, he just, he needed to get to know the real me. It all came out, and he's still confused about it all, which is the part that I'm not shocked about, but I always want to, like, shake these contestants at that point when it's like, Bachelor or Bachelorette, you need to have a shaking here. Because he even said, I'm attracted to her, but man, there are some red flags up. That's right, Peter. There are some red flags up.
These are me waving the imaginary red flags around.
You know that they're there. You have sent her home. That is at least a start for now. We will talk a little more about that later.
Yeah, we will talk about that later. The thing is that, I mean, I believe Alaya when she says that, this is why I didn't want this getting out there, because maybe the two of us wouldn't get that opportunity. Sure, I believe that you and Victoria had these conversations.
Absolutely, I do believe that. I think that all of that stuff is true, but withholding that stuff from Peter, from producers, and also the fact that Victoria was in on this, because she knew that this was a thing. Yeah. She was asked to lie about it, and she did. She came clean later, but she did. So why is it that there's only fire raining down on Alaya and there's nothing raining down on Victoria? They both kept the secret.
I think the difference to me is that Victoria's not the one who initiated said secret. Alaya came to her. If they were friends, I think she was like, okay, well, I will support my friend. I will keep her secret for now, but then...
But it's her secret, too.
Yeah, it's her...
They knew each other.
They did, but she's the one who decided to come clean about it. And I think because she decided to come clean about it, and she is seemingly not the person who, quote-unquote, started it, I think she's viewed in a different light. Like, I'm not saying that we don't know. We don't see all the footage. Like, if there's a situation coming up where she had a chance to actually say, you know, some form verbatim to Peter, oh, yeah, I actually know Alaya, and she intentionally just kept it a secret. That's one thing. If it just never came up and there was no organic reason for her to say it to me, that's a little bit different.
The thing that I found the most interesting is that everyone was focusing on that piece of information, that they knew each other.
Yeah.
Which was not the piece of information that I at all thought was the most important thing that Victoria revealed.
Yeah.
Which was the second part where she said that they had a conversation where Alaya was talking about all the opportunities that would happen after the show. To me, that's the more damaging part of that conversation, and the thing that would make me feel, if I was Peter, to be like, you gotta go home. Like, if you're here for the opportunities that the Bachelor is gonna give you, the opportunity isn't Peter, it's Instagram and all the other stuff that happens afterwards that we've seen with lots of contestants afterwards.
You know why nobody objects to this? Because they all want to do it. They're all there for the opportunities and the Instagram followers. And I'm sure somewhere in the back of Peter's mind, he's thinking, oh yeah, I remember that might have been why I was on The Bachelorette too in the first place. It's just, I feel like there's such a small percentage of people who are there for that they cannot complain about the opportunities without all sounding like giant hypocrites. I'm sure one of them is there just for Peter and just to be nice, but it was probably someone like the woman with the emotional support cow or something you sent home on night one.
Yeah, probably.
That would be our luck. Can I also say my other favorite line from Alaya in this episode is after she is sent out, she's thinking, I just can't help but think that rose that Chris Harrison pulled away was for me. What? Like, how do you not know? That was the one that was so obviously for you. There's no debate here, Alaya. Like, it is clearer than anything in LA has ever been clear because, yes, there's some smog there. It is the most obvious thing that was your rose and he took it away.
And it is gone. Yes.
It is gone.
Yeah, no, it's true. She was the drama that I had been looking for and waiting for, like Champagne Gate. Yeah, that was all kind of whatever and fun and frivolous drama. But this was the drama that I've been waiting for this season. And she's gone for now. We'll talk a little bit about that in the preview later. But it was so juicy and so explosive. I really enjoyed this.
The thing that I find probably the funniest about all of this is that Alaya got the opportunity and all of that. ABC is totally now going to give her the opportunity to go on Bachelor in Paradise because you know that it's happening.
This whole thing was really interesting to me because Peter handled this so poorly because really he did let everybody else dictate what he did. And it's all his fault because instead of just going straight to Alaya and talking to her and taking a good chunk of time to just actually sit down with her and get to know her, he basically interviewed every other person. Tell me what you think of her. Oh, yeah, I'm going to throw her under the bus. Oh, what do you think of her? Oh, I'm going to run the bus over her. Oh, what about you? Oh, I handed her the bus schedule.
Yeah.
That's what's happening. And he should have expected that to be happening because nobody's going to go to Peter and stick up for her and be like, oh, yeah, she's great.
Yeah.
Because they're all competing. Everybody's competing. This is a time that they're all going to dogpile her. So he let everybody get into his head, and then he went and had a conversation with her. He should have just had the conversation with her, get to know her one-on-one, and then if anybody else has a problem with her, then that's their problem with her. Then we would have kept her in the house longer.
I know, that's really what we needed. Because this is the truth of it, is that I don't think Alaya is some terrible person. I don't think she's like significantly worse than anyone else on this season. The difference is just Alaya did one thing that could easily come back to bite her in the butt, and she was able to be called out for it. And
yes, that's the one thing. She lied about knowing Victoria. She asked Victoria to lie for her, and that all came back. That is a lie that I'm sure she's going to regret.
Yeah.
Even though actually kind of makes sense. If she wants to get on the show, Victoria wants to get on the show, she might think, oh man, if producers know we know each other, we're not going to get on the show. And other shows might have not let them on.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is Bachelor,
Yeah.
and they're going to think, ooh, opportunity. This is me twirling my mustache as a pretend producer being like, a drama.
Yeah, especially when it seems like there is like some sort of like pageant world connection potentially there, and there is nothing that Bachelor producers love more than playing into ridiculous stereotypes, which, by the way, is the perfect setup for the group date, which was just like, hey, look, let's do a women pillow fighting competition, which feels like it is like straight out of like some like uber sexist like 1990s sitcom back when like, you know, people claimed ignorance when they knew what they were doing. It's like,
yeah, or those old types of movies like Porky's or something like that. Like, it just feels very, I don't know, like, there's a lot of stuff about this show that I know that's like that. We're going to see abs, and we're going to see girls in bikinis, and we're going to see everybody doing all these types of things. But this particular challenge actually made me feel a little uncomfortable. It felt really just, I don't know,
it was
a
like
little sexist.
It was like on The Bachelorette sometimes. I mean, I guess they're an equal opportunity offender when they make them uncomfortable on both shows, because it's like on The Bachelorette they do these like, hey guys, here's your stripping challenge where you get
which also makes me uncomfortable. Like, there's just some, I don't know, some of the challenges that they have, I'm just like, why does it need to be like this? And I get everybody wants to see abs and I guess pillow fights or whatever.
I don't know if anybody wanted to see a pillow fight.
I don't know. I feel like besides with you, we're on an island. It feels kind of like that. I don't know if anybody else out there kind of felt weird watching this pillow fight. Let me know in the comments. Maybe I'm just an old poot and I'm just kind of like, I don't know, man. You couldn't pay me enough to be in a ring doing something like that. Not that anyone wants to watch me doing that.
Well, I have another problem with this beyond just like the nature of it itself. There were apparently like no actual rules to how this was supposed to work, because didn't they say that like Tammy got disqualified or something?
Yeah, I thought that was really weird. As soon as I saw the setup of this, I'm like, okay, I'm not down with that pillow fight, but Tammy has this. There's no way that she doesn't. She's a wrestler, so everyone else is just going to lose. Yeah. And then when I saw her throw that girl on the floor, I'm like, all right, so Tammy won that. You're disqualified.
Yeah.
For what? This is a pillow fight. There's no real rules to this.
How do you disqualify Tammy and you let Kelly win that other challenge for just driving in a straight line?
Yeah, and Tammy's disqualified for pulling someone on the floor, but then someone else sat on somebody and then, like, won. So it's just like, you know, guys, what are the rules to Pillow Fight Club? Because if you don't talk about those rules, nobody knows, and people are getting disqualified.
They are really actually trying to make this actual Fight Club now. Yes. But why do you guys dislike Tammy so much? Why do you want to keep Tammy from having her moment in this? First, you deprive her of the time that she and Peter deserved in episode 1.
Yeah, Tammy's getting the robbery on this season. She better be the Bachelorette. There's going to be some problems coming up.
This is quite possibly the greatest Bachelor ringer challenge of all time, where you're giving her basically a glorified wrestling ring.
Yeah.
And then you keep her from being able to excel. And this would be like giving her a house flipping competition. Or it's just like, come on, guys. I think they just got a little bit too. I don't know what happened. Maybe they got drunk with power. They went back in time and they decided they wanted to micromanage this. But maybe they just knew on some level. Here's the tinfoil hat time. They saw the confessionals of Sydney talking so much bad stuff about Alaya. Maybe they were just like, we need an Alaya and Sydney final competition here at all costs. We need this to happen.
Absolutely. I'm sure that that's part of it. They already had tension. Then we have this fight. And then, you know, it's the one-on-one. And this is absolutely a setup. Tammy got robbed. Yeah. You've heard it here. We believe it. It's true. Tammy will agree with us.
Yeah.
I want to recount.
I agree. And here's an interesting thing about all of this, because I think in the midst of everything with Alaya, because there's a lot with Alaya here, we have in here the fact that Sydney gets a group date rose, and she gets it after actually calling someone out, and I feel like this never happens on The Bachelor. I typically feel
It's
if you
true.
call someone out, you're going to be sent home immediately.
Yeah, and in some ways, I mean, it's just I get that idea of you're calling someone out and you kind of get sent home, because usually when you're calling someone out, you're causing a bit of trouble, unless you're saying it in a way, like I'm guessing Sydney said it to him, that it feels more genuine. Like Peter believed it, like, completely.
Yeah.
It didn't really seem to matter what Alaya said after that or what she did. It really did sink her.
Yeah, it did. It caused her a huge problem, and I think it
And
certainly...
if Victoria didn't come clean with
Yeah.
the fact that there was that lie that was there,
Yeah.
I think she would have been all right.
Yeah, I think she probably would have been okay. Maybe Peter would have had a tiny bit of doubt, but it certainly would not have escalated in the
No.
level in which it did. I mean, the thing is with Victoria, I mean, she can at least say this. Victoria P will no longer be remembered for being sick in the bathroom. Now,
No.
like, after that one-on-one date we had in this episode, which was mostly just like, okay, you got boots, you're dancing now, that's fine. I mean, it does sound like she's been through a lot in her past, and, you know, my heart goes out to her with all of that. I mean, it's, you know, and I hate saying this, but it's horribly cynical, but I feel like 95% of the time, The Bachelor never ends up choosing the person that has kind of the sad or difficult backstory.
No, it's true.
Like, I mean, Emily Maynard, I guess, is one of the only ones that I can sort of think of that comes to mind, but... Yeah, usually this personality type on the show doesn't go far. I mean, I applaud her for being brave, but yeah, I mean, this one-on-one date was not the most exciting thing in the world.
No, it wasn't. But I will say that Madison had another really important moment in this episode, which again reinforces that I feel that she's going to go quite far in this. Was when Peter was completely burning this all to the ground and bringing people in one by one and not talking to the person that he actually needed to talk to. One of the people, of course, he brought in was Madison. And instead of really asking her a lot about what's going on with Alaya and all that, he got support from her, and they just had a connection where he was kind of like, oh man, I'm so stressed out with this, and I just have a moment just kind of to breathe and to lean on you for a second. And she didn't have to be like, oh yeah, here's the bus schedule on Alaya, so, you know, get her out of here. She was really able to just be there for him and have this moment that really kind of wasn't about Alaya or what's going on in Sydney in the fight. It's just kind of like a, hey, here, come here, decompress, let's decompress together, and then you can go on and interrogate all these other women.
Interesting question. If Madison didn't have Instagram Gate, which we talked about this past week, would Madison be one of the most popular Bachelor contestants at this point in a season? Because the show, the edit has been so positive to her.
I still think that she should be popular. I don't buy into the fact that she was her own fan. I just don't understand the purpose of it when she has hundreds of thousands of followers. She just, and even if she did, let's just make it be that. Okay, she did this thing. Okay, let's all move on from it. It's Instagram.
It's just funny more than anything else. It's not that serious.
It's not that serious. It's just Instagram. It's not a big deal. Like, the connection that I'm watching happen on the show between her and Peter feels real. So I don't care if she made a fake fan account. I don't care if she didn't make a fake fan account. I don't care if she has 24 followers. I don't care if she has 300,000 followers. I just like her, and I like the connection that's going on, because I'm not seeing that as much with other people. I mean, he's got a little bit here with Victoria, a little bit with Hannah Ann, but like, it feels different with Madison.
Let's go ahead and give you a tip of the cap. You predicted that Kelsey would make it through this episode.
Yes, I did. She's still here. Yeah.
I was skeptical. I feel like what happened here is that Alaya was basically just like, hold my champagne to Kelsey, and now Kelsey no longer has all the attention, and Peter couldn't focus on needing to get rid of Kelsey because he was so transfixed by the Alaya drama.
See, I think what you're trying to say was, you were right, Jessica. She's still here. We're going into episode 4.
You were correct for 1 week. Congratulations for your 1 week reprieve on Kelsey being eliminated.
Listen, I'm never right on anything, so I gotta take a win where I get a win.
Well, there is your win. That is our discussion on The Bachelor episode 3. We will have an episode 4 preview very soon. Mm-hmm. It's gonna be fun. I hope you guys check that out. And if you did enjoy this video, give us a like, subscribe, and if you do want to support us more, just check out the link in the description to the CARTERMATT store, and we'll see you here next time.